Hello, this is Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this podcast series is called Aging Like a Guru. Who, me? Yes. Yes, you and me. Uh, I just finished this retreat that I've talked about before called Loving Yourself into Creation, and we played a lot. And it's not the play of going out and just being frivolous and sort of like nothing's growing, but we played a lot and it was hard work. And it was hard work that cultivated lots of good things for the participants and for me and for Margaret Lindsey, who is my co-facilitator. And it reminded me that regardless of how old you are, play is a really, really important aspect of life. In fact, I think what I truly believe is that everything can be play, including these podcasts, which for me can be very challenging. But play requires the development of imagination and intuition and courage and problem solving. And it creates opportunities to know when you need to participate or play together and when it's time to play alone. It requires times of learning to be with frustrations and disappointments and sadness, as well as fun and playful and the delight of creations that went beyond what you imagined. So play is really, really important in cultivating a relationship with ourself and trusting that our creation in play can be really awesome and delightful and not a bad thing. If you're lucky enough, if you were fortunate enough to have parents or grandparents or support people who encouraged you to play and allowed you to take it to whatever degree you needed to explore and it'd be an adventure, you felt safe in their eyes. You felt you could trust because they trusted that this was an exploration, an important part of you, and playing was easy and effortless. For some of us, it was not so easy because we didn't feel safe to play, and so we did other things besides just play. But play is so important in that. And so, in this retreat, the majority of the people were in their 70s, and that was a surprise to me. And the other thing it was a surprise was that how important play is for people in their 70s and 80s and 90s, like that, to continue to play and continue to have fun and joyously explore who we are and what's important and what's our heart's desire. That never ends. There's never a no time or a downtime, or it's time to stop that playful heart's desire focused work. So that's kind of the focus of this podcast today is how to play and how to make your life a big playground, if you will. 70s showed up as less than great, and not in a judgment way, but I forget, it didn't occur to me, or my consciousness just didn't allow for the openings and the allowing and the growth opportunities that are in life for any age, whether we're, again, in terms of play in childhood, we're growing and we know we're growing, and in our adolescence we're growing and we know we're growing, in our early adulthood, but we never stop growing. We never have the capacity to stop growing, to stop rebirthing ourselves, to stop recovering. I mean, what I'm saying is we can recover ourselves at any level from anything that has gotten us down. We can reclaim ourselves from life situations or identities or circumstances that we identified with. We can open ourselves up to joyousness and the truth of who we are at any age, under any circumstance. And so for me, that was a real opening because, as I'm doing these podcasts and I've been, wrote the book, Aging Like a Guru, Who Me, I've been running this, facilitating a group. I never stopped learning about aging. And at this point, being 67, I'm learning from the experience and observing and witnessing and talking to other people. but I'm also listening and learning and playing with myself in that as well. Where my daughter the other day said, "Mom, I think you're a little shorter than the last time I saw you," which was 4 months ago. And I went, "Don't tell me that. That's an indication of aging to me, or I have whiskers where I didn't, they were hairs on my chin. Now they are turning into whiskers. I don't want to know that." But I can be more and more playful about, wow, life is changing. Me and this body is changing, and I'm changing too. I'm learning to grow. I'm learning to be more intuitive, more all of the things I've talked about in terms of what's important in play. So, my play, your play, can start the moment you wake up, in how you create and imagine the day you want it to be. It can be play in terms of problem solving, in how you can create that day, the one that you want. What gets in the way? What are the problems, or what's the way that you can see things so that you can imagine the best day, the best outcome of whatever it is that you're in? How can you participate with team players so that the participation is playful and fun and engaging, and it's fulfilling? Where can you decide or see that maybe you work better on your own? And I saw that for myself through the retreat, that I kind of I have to be doing podcasts by myself. I have to do writing by myself. Those are individual things I have to do. And where I learned, where I thought I loved to cook for myself, I don't love to do that anymore by myself. And so I love to cook and eat with other people. And painting, I think I should be doing that on my own. I should have a studio and paint there. But the truth is, I prefer to paint with other people, especially my friend Marge, who's been my painting partner for 3 years. So learning can allow you to see your preferences and how you express yourself better in the world, how you express yourself more in the heart's desire of that expression, as opposed to who people want you to be, who people need you to be, how much your life is doing what you don't want to do. And play gives you an opportunity to see all of that. Life as play allows you to see that every day if you choose to. And it's a reframe, and it's challenging because we get immersed into the game, if you will, the game of life, and we forget, oh, I could see this differently. I could imagine this differently. I can do this differently. So the intention of this podcast today is just to encourage you to be a little more curious about how often you play, where you play, what you play at, whether it's games on the computer. That's a really good way where we learn to problem solve and be dynamic and courageous and intuitive. A lot of the computer games teach us that. But does play require connection with other people? I have a game night with friends at least once or twice a week where we're playing together, and that's really fun too. So how does play come into life for you? And especially as we're aging, as we're getting older, there's the thought that life means slowing down and engaging less and becoming more isolated, and that is what happens for a lot of people. And my encouragement and my intention is to say, hey, find ways to utilize your life situations and the people around you and the support systems that are in place to play, whether it's card games or going to senior center for lunch, whatever it is that gets you into and engaging with people in a playful way. So that's pretty much it for today. Again, I have a website, theparadigmshifts.com, where you can find my books, you can find blogs and videos and other offerings. And also, as I mentioned, I started a Facebook page called Aging Like a Guru, where you can come and leave comments or questions or observations, or if you want me to talk about something in particular, that would be great. Also, if you'd like to be interviewed, I would love to hear from you, and I'd be love to hear what you have to say about aging. And so let me know on that Facebook page. All right. Thanks very much, and bye for now.